I am on bug patrol, and I'm waiting for it to get cold enough outside to vacuum all these up. Never moved to Taos, New Mexico. These things, I had one fly in my ear the other night, but and they stink. So when I picked it out of my ear, my finger smelled. It's just disgusting. I in my covered coffee, I found one in my coffee the other day. It's covered up. They're just disgusting little creatures that, as far as I can tell, they don't eat or drink. They just get their sustain their survival off of annoying me. And they're not growing in my place. They're growing in the whole house, because when I find them in my place, I go out and check the rest of the house, and they're everywhere. So they're not growing in my place. At least I hope not. Anyways, this is Cab Stories. And I promised Nurse Jackie that modeled her life after Nurse Jackie, the show. And she was a student, and she had a roommate named Andrea. And Andrea had a boyfriend that, for the life of me, I can't remember his name, goofy hat. He looked like the blonde guy on 30-something. Whatever that guy's name was. I never watched the show. I just remember what that guy looked like. So he was carrying Andrea out the first time that I picked up Nurse Jackie. And she was the third wheel. But I mean, Nurse Jackie physically could get anybody she wanted. Physically, for me, she was on the skinny side, but like that ever stopped me. But yeah, personality-wise, she was just a drunk, absolute hardcore, the worst kind. They all were, really. Then Andrea would flash me, the JJ. She did that one time, and Nurse Jackie got on her. I can't believe you did that. Which surprised me, because some of the shit she was up to. So this went on for like a year. I knew these people. And then sometimes they were broken up, Andrea and her guy, whatever his name was. And she would go out and find other guys. They had no problem with bumping uglies. So, it went on for a long time. And then there was a third roommate that, Nurse Jackie was hot, Andrea was hotter. The third roommate, I can't remember her name because she wasn't a drinker, and she only rode with me like twice. And I met her another time, which I'm going to get to. But, yeah, she was just smoking, just one of the most beautiful movie star hot early Marvel beauty. Just stunningly beautiful. Like I said, I only met her a few times. But, so it went on for a long time, Nurse Jackie and Andrea, and then I'd pick them up, and they'd be in varying degrees of drunkenness, and then they'd go home and get more drunk. They just, the horde. I never knew what the show Nurse Jackie was about, and then when I found out what it was about, I was like, I get it now. Yeah, Nurse Jackie, if you've never seen it, she's cheating on her husband and doing all kinds of pills, and just somebody you don't want to be your nurse. So Nurse Jackie, the person that I met, I didn't want to be my nurse. And I'm not sure about Andrea. I don't know how hardcore she was into the drugs. She was more into being a slut, which was, I was a slut. Everybody's a slut, hopefully. But she Nurse Jackie, sometimes she'd be on her own also. And one time I saw her passed out on this is towards the end of our relationship, me and Jackie, Nurse Jackie. But God, these things, These fucking bugs. I vacuum them up with my Dyson vacuum cleaner, and it's like the defense they have, no defense. Makes my vacuum cleaner exhaust smell like their disgustingness. But whatever, it's more fun. Sometimes I set up traps with a light with white napkins. They land on it. I got a Bic lighter. You just touch the Bic lighter to their antenna, and then they kind of. That's a lot of fun. But anyways, one time driving by Pita Pit downtown, and there's a bench in front of Pita Pit, and she's passed out on it, and I know it's her. She's wearing the same, mini skirt, black skin tight mini skirt, and just a drunken mess. She was telling people, there's people there, watching her. Are you okay? Are you okay? And I pulled up and I said, is that Jackie? And they go, yeah. Are you Brian? Yeah. She's been asking for you, saying to call you, but we didn't have your number. I said, okay, well, let's, pour her in. So they put her in the front seat, and she immediately, and it's only like maybe a 6-minute ride to her house, but immediately lays down on my lap and falls asleep. And I'm thinking, what I'm seriously worried about, not one sexual thought went through my head, was her puking on my crotch. And I was, I'm like hurrying to get to her house so that this doesn't happen. So I get to her house. Another part of the story. Her house is like these condos. It's an apartment complex kind of thing, smaller one. But it's right across the street from this trailer park that used to be called, for years, like 15 years. First 15 years I was in Flagstaff was called Trailer Ho. It's run down and disgusting. Just a festering boil on the butt of Flagstaff, but it's called Trailer Ho. Yeah, so we get to her house, and she goes, I don't want to go in. And she walks across the street. It's like on this cul-de-sac thing, but in plain visibility of this Trailer Ho place. And sitting in her miniskirt on the curb, and like pissed off. And I'm going, my motto was, yeah, I'll get into that. We got 2 more minutes. My motto was I'd get drunk women to the door and make sure they get inside, period. And I'm not like walking them in. I just keep an eye, because you hear these, horror stories where the cab driver drives off and something happens. I wouldn't be able to live with myself, So, she went and sat on the curb. I'm not going in. And then, I went to the door, and the super hot roommate answered the door, the nursing student. And I go, yeah, she's sitting on the curb. She won't do anything. She won't go inside. And the roommate said, oh, yeah, well, she's a big girl, let her sit there. And I couldn't believe that she knows where she's living. What the hell is this? But, another thing is bar rush, so I gotta hurry, gotta get back. And, I had to leave. I felt so bad about that. But then later on, the next ride that I gave her, she goes, yeah, you molested me when you gave me that ride. And I said, I didn't molest you. Yes, you did. And I said, nah, you passed out of it. I was afraid you were going to puke. And she got pissy with me. And that was it. I was done with her. I couldn't, I'm not going to give a ride to some blacked out drunk chick that accuses me of that. She could go fuck herself, find another cab ride. And she did. And that was it. I was done, There's a lot, I called it when good fares go bad. It happened a lot. I got people blocked in my phone, probably 200. That were good fares, and then they went bad. But, yeah, Nurse Jackie was one of those. So if you're watching, quit drinking. Oh, she was famous from Tempe. She came from Tempe. I had somebody that, another fare, And they brought her up. Yeah, you ever met Nurse Jackie? Yeah, girls have problems. But anyways, that's 10 minutes. So, bye.